Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Law Chats with John and Amy. I'm John Yulian.
And I'm Amy Pliefko. This week's question is, what is a bankruptcy proof of claim?
All right, Amy, that's an interesting question, and I'm actually gonna let you start off. Amy deals with these proof of claims all the time at our office, and so I'm gonna consider you our resident expert, Amy, and let you
Excellent.
maybe
Okay.
get the conversation started.
Okay. So, proof of claims happen in chapter 13s. There are rare occasions in sevens, but I'm going to focus on chapter 13s for this podcast because it's the majority of the time. So when you file a bankruptcy, you list everyone that you owe money to. And in chapter 13, you then put together a plan that says here's who should get paid and how much they should get paid and what kind of claim they have. But no one gets paid unless they file a proof of claim with the court, which is it's a three-page document, unless it's a mortgage, and then there are some extra pages that they need to fill out, essentially that says, here's our mailing address, here's where we want you to send us our payment, here's how much we are owed, and what kind of claim it is. Is it secured? If secured, what is it secured by? How much is it behind? If it's a lease, is it current? Is it behind? Is it a priority claim? Is it taxes? How much is priority? Or if it's none of those, it's a general unsecured claim, then how much is owed on it. And then there's a deadline for everyone to file. And it's printed on the 341 notices that go out to all of the creditors. All of the creditors have to file it by one date, except for any government creditors, because the government wrote the rules, and so they get months longer than everyone else to file their claims. And so my job is the day after the deadline for everyone to file their claims, I review them all to make sure that they are compliant with our plan. If I said someone was $5,000 behind on their mortgage when we filed, and their mortgage company files a claim and says they were $5,004 behind, I now need to amend my plans to add that $4 in. So it's reviewing every claim, making sure that our plan is compliant. If it's not, we need to amend our plan. In an ideal world, everyone would file a claim when they are supposed to. I don't live in that world, and there are lots of people who don't file on time or never file. So in that case, we have to file a surrogate proof of claim. You want to go over what a
I mean,
surrogate is?
yeah, I was going to jump in. I don't think the typical person or the average person would have any idea what a surrogate proof of claim is. So,
Yeah.
can you just explain that?
Yeah, sure. So a surrogate proof of claim is when we file the claim on their behalf and say we're doing it. Okay, say you owed Toyota $300, and when we filed, you were behind on your car loan. And part of our plan is that they're going to get paid that $300 over the length of your plan. If they don't file a claim, then the trustee can't pay that. And then when you finish your bankruptcy, you're still going to owe Toyota $300. So we file on Toyota's behalf, and we have 30 days after their deadline to do that. If we don't file and there's a named creditor that's literally listed by name in our plan, and there's no claim or surrogate proof of claim, then our case could get dismissed. So it's important that all the claims get put in, ideally by the creditors themselves, so that I don't have to do the work. But
Good. And Amy, I think I just want to maybe finish up with just clarifying one aspect. We're focused on chapter 13, and I just want to say in chapter 7, as Amy pointed out, it's not the norm to have proof of claims because in chapter 7 you only have proof of claims in what they call asset cases. So and that's not the typical chapter 7, but when there's asset cases in a chapter 7, there'll be proof of claims. But I think that's a great discussion and explanation of the proof of claims. And one thing I think we learned today, Amy, was when I can say next to nothing, it's our best podcast. So this may be a template for the future podcast. If we just have you talk and I can sort of be on the listening end, I think we could be onto something. Right?
I think we
But
clearly
thank
can
you. Yeah,
tell.
I think that's good.
I
Yes.
think we can clearly tell who deals with proof of claim was in our office.
Yes. All right.
All right. Thanks for joining Law Chats with John and Amy. We look forward to chatting with you again next time.
If you have a question or comment, feel free to email us at info@yulianlaw.com. Remember that Law Chats with John and Amy is intended as a general reference and considered general advertising, and listeners should check for changes to any applicable laws and consult with an attorney on any legal issue. The information provided does not constitute legal advice, and any thoughts or commentary by the podcasting lawyers is provided as a service to the community and does not constitute solicitation of legal advice. The lawyers in the law firm of Yulian & Associates PC make no warranties and disclaim all liabilities for damages resulting from its use. Nothing provided in the podcast should be considered a substitute for advice from counsel. No attorney-client relationship is formed by listening or participating in this podcast, and in the event that the podcast receives emails about the subject matter, no attorney-client relationship is created via the email communication.